Hello, welcome to Survivors Talk. And we are here in Church Village in Bridgetown of Barbados. And we are in nature, and so you will hear a lot of vehicles or voices. So now we are going to interview Edith Foster, my friend, and here we talk with her about her stroke and how she's dealing with it. Hello, Edith. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, Rochelle.
Okay. The first thing we will ask, when did you have your stroke?
When I had my stroke in 2016, that was the day. It happened in the afternoon. Well, I would say when I get home. When I get home is when I realized I was walking funny. I was trying to walk good and I just couldn't walk good. And that's how I know. I didn't even know. I actually forget that there's such thing named a stroke.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even remember. I didn't remember that. And I said, I must have just tired us. I remember better than you don't.
So describe the day, the whole day.
So when I wake up, it's normal. Because remember I left home to go to the military education. And I went to the sun was hot. The sun was very hot. And I realized when I got home then, I was walking very good and everything. But when I got home, I realized I started walking. You know, and I tried to count how I walking like this, you know, and then. But I think my problem a lot is that I love this. I let it prolong even more. Doing anything about it, so it deteriorated more from there. If I had went to the doctor the same time or asked a question, I would be able to do something. I just let it sleep. The next morning, I find out I was getting worse.
Oh, so right. That will go into the other question. So that means you did not recognize that you were having a stroke or no symptoms of it. So
and no pain.
Okay. You said that you did not remember about strokes, but did you know anything about strokes?
No, you know. I just never thought, it might be so bad, but I just never thought it would happen to me because I had what we would call a healthy body, so I wasn't looking for anything like that.
What type of stroke did you have?
Well, I don't know the different types of strokes they really have that well, but the doctors didn't tell me exactly what type of stroke I had. As far as I'm concerned, I thought a stroke is a stroke.
Okay.
So I didn't know it was different types or anything like that.
Oh, during the attack, because at that time you said you could not walk or things. So what was in your mind?
In my mind, I was saying something is really wrong with me, but I can't figure out why it is. I don't know why I think that way, but I just say, I think I went back to sleep again the second time, which is the second night.
Okay.
And I still haven't got or anything, you know.
Okay.
So it's only when I get up and I try to plait my son, I did my hair long, and I try to plait I realize I cannot get grip.
Okay.
It's when I realize I'm getting worse. Then I just say, you got a stroke, you got a stroke, you're trying to get you out of the home.
Oh, so your husband
is who alerted me something got wrong with you.
And he said a stroke. And did he know about strokes? That he...
Oh, just hear about them. I don't think he really know a lot about them or anything like that.
Then after your husband encouraged you to go to the doctor, what happened next?
Well, I went to the clinic. There's Glebe Polyclinic in St. George because I live up there. And I went to them, and for the moment they saw me and everything, they said, look, don't bring her here, take her straight to Elizabeth Hospital. So I went to Elizabeth Hospital, and when I went there, well, you know how it is with them. I stood a whole day and a whole night before anybody saw me. So that too helped create it.
Okay.
And they couldn't do it. So, and then after I found out that there's something that they can inject you with or something that can stop the stroke. But I didn't have a clue, nothing so at all, you know.
Then after the day and your night there, what did they come and tell you?
Well, they give me, I'm trying to remember, they give me something to they take my pressure and they give me something a tablet, some form of tablet, I don't know what it really was at the time. I was too tired, I think, to really concentrate. For some reason, I was not even thinking, to tell you the truth, you know, and so that was it. And then the doctor, when I did see the doctor, he said to me, the best thing to do is to get a bed for her and take her upstairs.
How long were you hospitalized?
Yeah, I was hospitalized for a week. But I personally think that I didn't have any reason to be there. I just think that there was kind of, I would say, they wanted to know what type of stroke I really have, and I think they were just trying to figure it out. Because, you know, I didn't have diabetes, or I was not really a hypertension person or anything. I didn't have any sort of anything, so it was like kind of strange.
So they did not tell you what type of stroke you had, because they do not really know.
Because well, I missed a little part. They took me to the scanner to scan my brain, and nothing. It seemed as though there was nothing. I didn't have a clot or anything, and that's another reason why they wasn't sure what type of stroke it is. You know?
Okay, and that is something you have to be careful of, because there are different types of strokes, and all strokes do not have a lead or a clot. So you have to research and know the types of stroke you're dealing with. After the hospital and you came home, were you given any type of therapy? And if yes, what type of therapy?
Well, they have a system. I call it a system because it's part of the book. And many persons, when you get the stroke, the doctor will then wait up a slip for you and say, well, I heard go to your hospital therapy. And then from there, then they will transfer you to another place where you go on the machines, right? But so I went to the hospital one first. At that time, I went back home, and then I was like an outpatient. So then I would go to the hospital therapy. We would go on the dates that they have for me, and I would go and I would do the exercise there. So I was doing all those exercises. Then I understand that's what I mean having stroke. I have a stroke now. They have more machines. And when you go to the having stroke, then you can, but the thing about the having stroke, you must be able to get on the machines. If you're not able to get on the machine, you must have someone with you who can help you with the machines, right? So at first, my husband helped me with the machines. Then after, I was able to handle the machines myself. So I used to, and they had a bus too that used to come around. If you needed a bus, you would call transport for you would get transportation to get to the stroke. But at that time, I didn't know if I really want to go through trouble of waiting. And then, because then I hear that they spend the whole day in the bus before you get back home. And I didn't like that too much, so I wanted to get back home. It's a thing about me, we're working, you know. So I said, I gotta get on the bus. So I told my husband to come with me at the bus stop. I was walking by faith now, and they said, listen, if I get on this bus, this boy told my husband, if I get on this bus, you don't know where we're getting up, so I get in, right? And I got on, so then I get out. It was easier because in the bus stand, you know, they have the people selling there, you know, the bus door just come pretty close to the step, right? So it's easier to get off. So I get off and I walk the balance way up to the Bajan Stroke. But I found walking to Bajan Stroke is better because that is the exercise.
Yeah.
Right. So when I get there, my pressure used to be really low.
Wow. Yeah, because
Because you can see
very hard.
But it's a good distance from here to have the stroke.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
But I wanted to get better. I said, I'm not going to be like this. I said, if exercise will work.
Okay, so all of this happened. Your husband's there. Do you have? You say you have a son. Two sons. How did this illness impact your family?
Oh boy. that is the way we call it kill count thing. Well, the truth is, I had for the first time in my life I got a chance at playing.
Okay.
Because I was working so much, doing so much that I was just working and really so much. I was working good that I was not. First time in my life I had to realize the Lord said, look at you, I gotta put you flat on your back for you to listen to me. I said, just was not free. I had an excuse for everything. But I was in, we were called the breadwinner of the family at the time. So when this happened to me, the first thing that came to my heart was, how are we going to make it out? And I was saying to the Lord, you know this is what happened because you are here. So you will know that. I just hold on to that faith that God is still there for me and He would help me through. And so He did come through. That happened in November 2016, like around the middle of November. So I couldn't use my hand that well. I couldn't walk that well. So I couldn't really cook or do anything. So my husband would do a little whatever he could do. But coming into the December now, next month now, well, when it's Christmas, custom, preparing everything. I said, well, we don't really have a real, I don't know what sort of Christmas we can have, but we will have some sort of Christmas. But God is so good. God sent people, my clients, my own clients actually came to me the week before Christmas. So even in this, with this interview, I can say how good God is. I can say that God really provided. I didn't lack for nothing. And I just could give God praise, honestly.
What type of change did you see within yourself and your family after this?
Well, I saw a change in my husband. And I saw a change in my son too, the youngest one. The oldest one went to take himself. And like he didn't really say nothing, he didn't really do anything. It was like a nice friendship. Not to say anything, do anything, because he realized something was wrong with my mother and he didn't know how to really react to it. Yeah. But my youngest son, strange enough, he just mature one time. And he decided I can help her open the car with my mommy. Then she was somebody come to drop her to church or anything. And he was very happy. I look concerned right here. He would help me pull it back and help me put it in like bubbles or whatever. He would do all that for me. So he was a little better, not put it on my husband, but it was a little better than my husband because whenever my husband had to do anything to my hair, he used to hold my hair and pull it so hard. That to me, it might, because he was relaxed at that time, so he used to break it off. But my son was a little gentle. Right? So eventually I tell him, you do my hair for me.
That's good that your son step up to help his mom. Did you have to change your diet in any way?
Well, I didn't know. I was not told that. Well, they didn't tell me at the hospital that I have to change my diet or do anything like that, but common sense tells me, there's no either thinking, right? Common sense tells me it's best for me to change your diet. change some stuff. I decided not to eat too much pastas. I find pastas are not so good when you have a stroke because it only looks so good. I don't know what is happening, but it help raise your pressure because I realized that every time I eat it and I test myself, my pressure will go up. So I stopped eating pastas altogether. Just eat like rice or chicken with yam, anything like that. So, and I even try to cut out bread too, but I ain't very good at doing that because I love bread. Right? But I actually, no, at this point in my life, I actually bring myself right down. I cut out a lot of things I want to cut out, and I would definitely cut out. Otherwise, it's not good for you, period.
Okay. Your diet is a big part of your recovery.
Yes, and exercise too.
Yeah.
Because I realized that if I was not getting the exercise at the having stroke, I think I would not have done as well as I'm doing now.
Oh, okay.
Exercise is very, very important. Eating and rest.
Yes, yes. Oh, you're hearing that? Do you do any home chores or anything to exercise your body, your mind?
Well, the truth is, one of the things I realized before you had a stroke is that they try to keep little fitness and stuff for the persons there. Because they say that, you know, when you get wrong with other people you're talking to make you feel better, that is very true. That is very, very, very true. Because I went to a picnic with some of the others and we had a chance of fellowship. And I get friendly with some. We was at the hospital every time. And I keep talking to them ever so often. And that helped a lot. Having someone else that is in the same position as you to talk to makes you feel a lot better.
Talking with them, they encourage you to do some small home chores or you say that you will start to do that.
No, the thing is with me, I was a person that would always work. I still like that, which is something that I need to monitor really. But so getting back up and trying to do housework was something that I would definitely do, which I do, because I remember when I come bang down. And if I do try to right now, I can get back up.
Okay.
But knowing me, I have this persistent thing about me. When I bang down, when I can get back up, I say, I got to get back up from there. So I hold off on the bed, and I mostly try to work myself on the left side because the right side that was hurt. And I pull myself right back up. But I think the strokes, you have to really make a conscious effort to work on the areas that you need to work on. To getting yourself back to that place again. Really potatoes, I can't get potatoes peeled or anything, so, but I made sure, I said, in the name of Jesus, I can get this potatoes peeled.
A nemesis for a lot of stroke survivors. The first thing they say, I must be able to peel a potato. Yeah.
Well, let me give you a joke about that. I can't peel the potato at first, obviously. So what I used to do is take the potato, hold the knife, and I would. They can't call that peel. So it's like you try to place the potato, knife in the potato, and just going down the knife just like that. And do it like how you would call it. If you're peeling it off, but not really peeling it. I don't know what it's name, but I try all sorts of things till I get it to eventually.
So what type of work were you doing at this time? And are you well enough to go back into the workforce?
That's an interesting question because I don't think I should be in the workforce. But I go back to work and everything because it's like, but as I told you at first, I was money will bring on the money, so it's like I have to get up on the work. Right, but my husband's not working at that time. I used to do manicures and pedicures and massages and everything. So, but pet that with me. I keep going to them and they didn't mind. They was willing to allow me to use them. So it's helping me come back. Even though I may not have done as good as I used to, they didn't mind. I've had to. My youngest son is always telling me, you got some, I can't even really use, but you say I have some clients that is really good clients, which is true. And so I decided I'm not going to get any more because I don't think I'm in a position to get any more, but I have a guy that I still massage. I've been doing him, I have improved a lot.
Oh, okay.
So I decided later on this year I'm going to go into it some more.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and that will help you, your brain and your body.
Yes, because one of the things I find too is that you would tend to use the hand or the foot that can use the best. But when you mix the two together, when you decide to use your hand, your right hand, your left hand, or which one helps the other hand. So it's not good to just use one hand all the time. It's good to use both of them. Yours, use them.
Having this life-changing event, what is your type of thinking now? What is Edith thinking in life?
Oh, Edith was a completely different person because the time I realized that at first I didn't realize why I get this stroke. I was asking God, why did I get this stroke? But now I can tell you that it's my fault that I get it because I was doing 2 jobs and technically I had a third because housework is a third. You see what I mean? And I used to go to sleep 2 o'clock in the morning, get back about 6, and I go again. My body, and I was getting up at age, so it was like my body, I realized was going through menopause. I was about 2 menopause. I did not realize it, so change of life and then carry myself right down to the ground like that.
Okay.
It's too much.
Okay, I can understand. Can you tell us what type of physical disability do you have?
Oh, well, I can't really describe it in terms of me, but well, I can't use my right hand 100, but I would say I use it at least 90%. Right? My right foot, I would say about 92.
Okay.
Right? And one of the things that I do when I was exercising at half a stroke is that I try to make it equal between the two. Like I won't exercise the foot more than the hand. I make sure I do just as much exercise with the hand as I do with my foot.
Okay.
So, and there's a lot of things too that I find that a lot of persons don't tell you, doctors and stuff, but I find when you have a stroke, you need to get the muscle, I just call it pull out, which means you need to get that muscle not to be so stiff anymore. And you need to do exercises that it might pain you. Of course it can pain you, but you have to bear that pain and get it pull out. Otherwise you would never get better. And that's the plain truth. Because I realized that with some of the others, they don't want to feel the pain.
Yeah.
So they continue to just do a little something. But you gotta feel some pain. Yeah. The muscle and everything is get tightened up, and even your fingers just got to keep, doing certain exercise to get the fingers stretched out and stuff like that. Otherwise you're not going to come back. That's the truth.
Yeah, that is true. Exercise
is key.
Yes.
Or massage. If you can get someone to massage you as well, it helps. A matter of fact, I think the two go together because I realizing what exercise can do. Massage can. I mean, I always say exercise is good, but massage helps the blood to move and get around your body better. So you need that. You need for that blood to get to the heart and get purified and move around your body. So you need to get it. Massages as well. So people could afford the massage. If you can't afford to get somebody, just give you a little rubber. Sometimes you need it.
Going through this, you know that some persons will look at persons with a disability or a different appearance and they have negative comments. What can you say to persons who have like attitudes like that?
But to tell you honestly, I must say that God really kept me from a lot of things, because I never had a problem with people saying anything bad about me or to me or giving me any facial expressions. I never had that. But I personally was watching that the other day. I find that when I walk across the road, people actually stop. And let me cross the road. I know that all that is the Lord.
Yeah.
And like people, nobody else is just skin at the face or wonder. People are kind to me, really kind and really good to me. But if it was the other way around, I wouldn't mind anyhow, because I don't think people mind. I never really worry about people anyway. So if people would say anything bad about me, I would ignore that. Because as far as I'm concerned, what happened to me can happen to anyone else, and none of us are different to each other. Anything that happened to one body can happen to the next, so nobody should be laughing at nobody should feel no way about nobody, because this, especially now, so in these recent times, there's so much things that just happen.
Yeah.
There's so much death and everything,
It's true. What can you tell us is your coping mechanism every day? What do you use, or who do you use?
Well, I think most of the viewers and everybody could see that it would God be God, really. But apart from that, there's a lot of stuff that happened to me in my family that was not so nice, and I had to get over that too. But I realized that no matter what happened to you in life, is one thing that you have to remember, that is God is still with you. And that goes for anybody, even if you're not a Christian, God is still with you. And God will bring you through. And God knows your problems better than you. Right? And so I do a lot of that. And I just go forward.
Okay, finally, look into the camera and give advice to those persons who have a stroke and they do not think that their life matters or cannot find the strength. Please talk to those people.
Well, what I would say to your viewers is, you have to, even if you've never went to church in your life, if you never accept the Lord Jesus Christ, anything like that, you have to believe in something. And it can be a husband, it can be your children, it can be a person or a thing or an animal, nothing. It has to be Jesus Christ. The reason why is because you have to believe that there's somebody that is able to help you through your situation. Because your husband could disappoint you, your children could disappoint you, even the animal that you like one day might get them and decide not to come with you. I mean, these things can happen, but there's one person that will always be there, that's Jesus. And one of the things that I would not leave here without saying is that, I said it before, but say it again because it's so important, and that is exercise is key. Sleeping is key. And eating properly is key. But the thing with eating is that people feel that if they eat some proteins and carbohydrates and vegetables and stuff like that, they're alright. But eating properly have a lot to do with what you put in your food or what was being placed into your food. But you have to be careful, because if you use a lot of Maggie cubes and a lot of sauce, forget it. You must not overcook your vegetables or undercook them. But for stroke patients, I believe all stroke patients should use ginger and turmeric. They're two very important because they help keep your blood functioning well. But you should not use it anyhow. You should not just say, I know, just grate some and put it to steep. No, you must use the entire ginger. So you should grate it and eat it alongside your food and the turmeric. It's important when you're using stuff how you're using it. There's a difference between drinking it and eating it. Because eating is always easy. When you eat something, you get more nutrients out of it. So when I advise you to break it and put it next to your food, I would say tuna and sardines is for breakfast or morning is very good. Because I see what they do for me. And I see when I sleep, I don't really get good sleep. When I do, I don't really deficit anymore the next morning. So I know sleep is very important. I'm now taking a lot of I'm now looking at myself that so I now see things really quick. And I can say those things really work. It's good. Sardines, and I can say taking vegetables and everything is good, but and using butter is good, but not in butter. So if you do those things, and if you can get massages often, do that too. It's very important. And another thing, you cannot afford to worry. Worry is a killer, which we all know. And I think when you have difficulties with using your hand or your feet, people tend to get fed up and say, "Mine and I'm getting better." Don't say that. You are going to get better as long as you work at it. I know a guy that I met in Catherine Stewart that was 80 years old, and it took him 5 years and he's back walking and everything again. I know another lady that was 90-something years old, and she had a stroke as well. I would say she's 90-something, she gets a stroke, she probably could soon die. No, you must start exercising and start doing all the other things she needs to do. And let me tell you, this woman is up and running and good again. So it's not an age thing, it is a money thing. If you tell yourself you're not going to get better, believe me, you're not going to get better. You have to got that willpower. The willpower got to come first from you. And when you hold that willpower, then you get the necessary help, or you go there, you do what you have to do. You try to think, try to help yourself, exercises. And don't wait for nobody to help you exercise. Try and do some of the things yourself. There's a lot of good exercises now, but as I said, you got to be willing to feel something.
And I hope you heard all of her advice and know that you can come back and you can still live a wonderful and fulfilling life. So thank you very much, and it was wonderful to see you.
It was more than wonderful to see you, girlfriend. Like, share, and subscribe to Rochelle-The Bajan Stroke Survivors. Now, I would like to talk about massages. As I was saying in the interview, that massage is very helpful for strokes persons. So I do massages, so if there's anyone need massages, they can contact Rochelle, and I could come around. I charge it a lot cheaper because I know that you're a stroke person, and it will be difficult for you to be able to pay all that money, so I have a special rate for that. So anyone, just say and I will be there. Thank you. Bye.